So over the past few weeks, I've had a fuel pump issue. I'll be driving around and my fuel pump will either cut itself off or it'll like buzz off and buzz right back on. When it buzzes off and it doesn't come back on, I literally have to pull over, get out of the car, and give the wire a little shake like like it had some sort of short in it. But the only problem is the fuel pump is brand new. Not saying that brand new parts can't be bad, but Holly seems to they tend to make pretty good parts and do pretty good like inspections before they send stuff out. I haven't really ever had any problems with any product that I've gotten from them. So I figured it had to be something with the car or the installation first. So the first thing that I went to is I was thinking maybe it could have been a ground. So when I go under my car and I take a peek at where everything was grounded at, I noticed that the car has a ton of undercoating there. So I'm thinking maybe it just had a tangential ground where it might have barely been making contact. So anytime the car would bounce, shift, or shake, vibrate, or anything else, it would just disconnect itself. Although it was on there, it just wasn't getting a good ground. So what I did was I scraped off the undercoating just, right where I grounded the wire, made sure to clean up everything, the screw that I was attached to, etc., and just, tighten it down really good to make sure that I got a good ground. So I was doing that at my uncle's house the other day, just, because I wanted to visit with him and just hang out a bit. And he has a really cool group of friends, so I like to visit them and just hang out, listen to them, talk mess to each other. And, they're like guys who have known each other like 40 plus years. So it's just a really cool environment to be in. And, I really enjoy it. So I was working on my car over there, and I got, once I was finished, night had fell. So I was about to take off and head back to my house. But as I was backing out of the driveway, one of the guys noticed, he's like, "Yo, Jay, you don't have any brake lights," which I found to be extremely interesting because this is an issue that I fixed before I ever started driving my car. Like, I made sure all the lights were working, everything, was functioning properly. So what I did is I pulled out the driveway and, just at an angle where they could see it, we're yelling back and forth, "All right, do I have lights? Do I have lights?" And, all my lights were on in the car. And he's like, "No brake lights." So I shut the car down, turned the lights off, and when I go to turn them back on, I had no tail lights at all. So I cleaned a couple connections and I'm like, okay, I know that the power comes from the marker switch, down to the brake switch, etc. Like, it basically completes the circuit that way. So I start messing with the combo switch. And remember, I had all my lights, I just didn't have brake lights, but I had tail lights and headlights. But now I've turned the combo switch and I don't have tail lights. So I go to turn the combo switch again, like I'm flicking the thing back and forth, trying to see if I can get it to make contact. And next time I do it, I don't have headlights. So slowly but surely, all of the lights in my car just kind of died on me within like 15 to 20 minutes. Just everything started going out. And, when you have lights and then you don't, there's no burning smell and no bad wires that you could chase. That's usually going to be your combo switch. So if you ever have that problem, that's probably what it is. So what I did was I got a hold of Dave. I believe his last name is Irwin. So I got a hold of Dave yesterday, gave him a call, and I talked to him, kind of explained my situation, and I'm gonna get it sent out to him this morning. So I got up this morning around 5. It's currently probably around like 5:30, 5:45, but that's because I wanted to get all this stuff off the car and packaged up so that way I could get it sent out to him. He's up in Washington, so I'm going to send it priority mail. That should ensure that it gets to him. Today is Saturday, the 30th, so that should ensure that it gets to him by Monday or Tuesday at the latest, with the 1 day of processing. It only takes him a couple days to knock it out, and then he's going to send it priority back. And that way, hopefully, I could get my switch back by Friday or Saturday. Otherwise, I'm going to have to figure something else out because this car is actually supposed to be photographed on Monday for a publication. So we have a lot of work to do. I mean, it's definitely grind time when it comes to, just trying to get all this stuff sorted out. And, if you know anything about old cars, you're not going to have problems with the car until it's time to use it for something. So that's definitely what I'm dealing with right now. But pretty much what I'm gonna do is, I got my blue tape and my marker. Everywhere that I pull a plug off, I'm gonna mark it, starting from 1 until I run out of wires to plug in. So if I unplug something out of 1 on one side, I'm gonna mark 1 where it connects to. And I'm just trying to maintain good habits, because when you don't, it's gonna be that one wire that maybe somebody changed a long time ago. And I've run into this where, they might have had their own way of rigging up their wiring system, and you think you know what you're doing, you plug up stuff the way it's supposed to be plugged up, and nothing works. And that is the most frustrating thing that you could ever have to deal with. So I'm definitely going to try to make sure that I get that all done, and man, just hopefully we could get these switches out and back, so that way by the time Courtney makes it down here next weekend, everything will be good to go.
In the coupe, just driving around LA with my speakers up, bumping that old Kanye. My phone beeping, my ex talking about, hey, I'll hit her back tomorrow like I'm straight.
Hey, I'm Jared Michael from Only the Locals, and if you have a question about your builds, our builds, or anything else, all you have to do is slide in our DMs, and we'll answer it as fast as possible on an episode of The Box.